And we're going to take a moment to find a seated, comfortable position, or lying down if you feel like you want to. Here is my first time participating in Love, Peace, and Light to all. Thank you so much. All right, so let's just take a moment to find that seated position. We're going to go through some like breathing practice to land into the session, into the body. And then we'll put a video of Michael. He will be here in spirit with all of us and in presence through the video. And just take a moment to, just wait a sec, I'm just going to invite these 2 more people that are joining right now. And I'm just going to get really focused on the practice. Just take a moment to close your eyes if that feels safe. Your spine is straight, or if you're lying down, just finding that position that feels really comfortable and feels good and cozy. And just take a moment to notice your body. Relaxing your face, your eyes, maybe squeezing your eyes and relaxing. Squeezing your eyes and relaxing so the pupils will get into a position that feels good. Relax your jaw, your shoulders, your chest. Maybe you feel some tingling on your hands already by just feeling into the presence of being. Just feel your feet on the ground, if that's the case. And just feel that support from earth. Just take a moment to notice your breath right now as it is. Natural inhale and exhale. And just notice, is it coming from the belly? Is it coming from the chest? Is it short, long? Which nostril is open right now? Is it the left, the right? Maybe both, if you're lucky. Just take a moment to take a deep breath through your nose all the way up. And then exhale through the mouth, like letting it go side up, like ah. And again, taking a deep breath through the nose all the way up. And exhale through the mouth ah, in any form and expression. One more time, taking a deep breath whenever you're ready, all the way up. And let it go in any expression, form, noise, sound. Now, whenever you're ready, we're going to start with inhaling through the nose for 5 seconds in, all the way up. And then exhale through the nose for 8 seconds out. We are elongating the exhale. And again, inhaling for 5 seconds in. And exhale all the way down for 8. Every exhale will bring you more and more into the body. Really good. And just keep exploring it. Imagine it's the first time you're breathing. Bring curiosity to that space. Breathing is the life force. When you breathe in, you are connecting with the sky. When you breathe out, you're connecting with earth, and in between, there's balance and also this life happening. Just get really, really focused on your breath. Inhaling for 5 seconds in. And then exhale for 8 seconds out. And really feel it in your body. Really good. You're doing really good. 3 more rounds. Inhale all the way up for 5 seconds in. And exhale all the way down for 8 seconds out. Feel the forest in your body right now. Isn't it beautiful to be able to breathe? Now we're going to tweak a little bit the breathing pattern. So we're going to inhale all the way up till 5 seconds. And then we're going to hold the breath for 4 seconds at the end of the inhale. And then you're going to exhale all the way down for 8 seconds. Beautiful. And again, we're going to inhale all the way up for 5 seconds in. We're going to hold the breath at the top for 4 seconds. And then exhale all the way down for 8 seconds. Now, if you need to count and need a little bit faster, just do it. That's okay. Just really, really focus on your breath. We're going to go for 2 more rounds. Inhaling 5. Holding the breath for 4. Exhale 8. Beautiful. And whenever you're ready, just maintain your eyes closed, come back to your neutral, natural way of breathing right now. And just take a moment to see if anything shifted in your body. Perhaps maybe you feel more grounded right now, more present within your body. Or maybe not, and that's okay. Now you can open your eyes and just take a look around and maybe look at the colors and the space you're at and just getting present back to the room, back to the space. And we always encourage people to turn on the cameras so we can be with each other and see each other's faces. And obviously, it's not mandatory, but it's beautiful to see each other faces and being with each other in these little squares. I mean, how grateful I feel myself by being able to connect with people around the globe and being able to hold the space and create and elevate consciousness and create a space for peace by this sentence that Michael created as like wars being obsolete. Wars being obsolete. Let that land in your body. That's happening. That's happening. I'm going to put Michael's video so we can watch it. He has some words to share about the theme that I brought at the beginning. Also, just letting you know that because he was in the middle of a break and he's also committed to his community audience and people that he did take a moment to record something in a break. And for those of you who are here and didn't hear me before, Michael is in a retreat with Thomas Hab and leading the session today. And yeah, so he recorded this audio and video. And there's a little bit of noise, there's a little bit of wind happening in the background. So let's just be with what it is, as it is, as we do in life as well. And that's part of the teachings. And if you don't hear him well, I suggest if you have headphones, that might help, because like sometimes the sound will like come and go. But we'll do our best to be with him, and he will be speaking at the beginning, and then he will lead a small meditation as well. So that being said, I'm just going to stop this share and share his video. And I hope I'm able to do it right. So let me see if I can do this right. All right. Sorry, this gave me, I don't know if you can hear my voice. Give me a minute to get this back on control. just gonna stop the sharing. Were you be able to see his face in the video? Yeah? All right. So I'm gonna do a little test, okay, before we put it back again. I want to see if you can hear my voice and you can hear and listen the video, okay? Apologize for my technicalities here. All right, let's go again. All right, were you be able to listen? All good? No?
We're seeing Michael's picture, but not hearing
Not the
you.
listening? All right. All right.
Can you share the sound?
I could, but I wanted to share the video because he's on the video, and let me see if I can do it again. And if someone knows how to do it and knows about technicalities, okay.
When you select share, there's a little area in there that says share sound, and then there's another one in there that says, I think, optimize your video clip. You could try both of those to see if that would help.
All right, let's try. All right, so it's basic. I wonder if I do this share. Could you? Could you?
We see him, but don't hear him.
All right. All right, let me do the last one. So advanced computer audio. Share. Okay, we're not going to be able to see him, but you're going to be able to listen, okay? So I'm sure that now you will.
Couple incidents of people walking by when I didn't expect it, so.
Do you hear him? Yes, awesome. All right, so.
I can't hear him.
Wait a sec. I'm just going to put it right now.
Greetings, everyone, from Boone, North Carolina, where I'm on retreat. And I'm going to try this again. I've had a couple incidents of people walking by when I didn't expect it. So I just want to check in with you before you do the work today with the breath work, and I will lead a little meditation in a while. But what I wanted to talk about today is this whole idea of global social witnessing. What does that mean? What is global social witnessing? You know, we live in a field of consciousness, in a field that we are infected and affected by through our ancestors, through the past wars, and through our culture, through the media. You know, so many ways we're impacted. But in this field is we think that, oh, I'm so small, I don't make a difference. You know, what can I do? I don't have a lot of power. I'm not in government. You know, I'll just sit by and watch it, and or be frustrated, or be upset, or have all the emotions that I have, and that's totally normal and what most people are doing. Although we're also doing a lot of numbing ourselves. And that's where the global social witnessing comes in, is that if we really are paying attention to what's not only happening in the external world with our trauma, with all that's going on around the world and all the different, political, economic, climate change, all of these things. It's like, it's just too much. I can't handle it. So we dissociate, we suppress those feelings. But we actually have the power to impact the field, both by our witnessing of the external world, but even more importantly than that, the witnessing of the internal world. So when we're looking at what's happening, we see a picture in the TV, on the news, and we look at that and it's horrible that Putin is a monster, the Russians are horrible, or whatever comes up. Maybe you're, more like, this is from the past, and yes, it is, and it's never was finished. It didn't get finished with the Cold War or Stalin, or you could go all the way back, or, the Americans and NATO want to have. We have all these conversations on our head. That's not going to make a difference. But what can make a difference is when you take in these images of the refugees, of all the things that are happening. And this is only one of 40-some wars that are going on, but it's the one that we're paying the most attention to. And can we drop into our interiority, into really being able to feel the feelings that we're feeling, the sensations in our body, and notice the thoughts and the speaking that comes out of our mouth? Because in this field, this, morphogenic or whatever you want to call it field, the field of consciousness, everything we do and everything we say and everything that's what's being recorded in us is part of that field. And much of that field is being fed by our history, our ancestors, previous wars, and all of that. So if we can bring awareness to not only the external world, what's happening in the external world, and get a sense of what's happening there, and then go inside and say, what's happening in my body when I see these people that are leaving in masses to get out of the war, to see the armies coming in, the tanks, the explosions, all of that. If I can sit with that as a global social witness, then I have the opportunity to feed the field, because whatever I'm feeling is going to affect that field. Whatever I'm sensing in my body is going to affect that. Whatever thoughts, whatever words, whatever actions I'm taking, all affect that. And we think, I'm just not that big. Yes, you are. The same light that comes through you is coming through all of us. And are we aware of it, or are we going to push it down and dissociate it? So if you can, in the meditation, really, let's start by looking at, what's my relationship to war? What about my ancestors? How do I feel about what's happening? What sensations are happening in my body, in my mind? And so this is an opportunity to make a difference in the peace project that we're doing, in the, bringing attention to, how is the frozen past, the traumas of my past, of my ancestors' past, of my family's past, of our culture's past, how are they affecting my ability to feel my feelings, to be with my own sense of embodied self? And so I want to lead this meditation this morning with us taking an opportunity, knowing that the more presence we can bring to our meditation, the closer we can get to, this is how I feel, this is what I'm experiencing right now, these are the thoughts that I'm having right now. The closer I get to that, the more I'm affecting that field. And so I'm sorry I'm not there to have a dialogue with you all, but I do hope that you'll really, as we go through the meditation, take the opportunity to say, hey, what's happening? I have these images, and I also have a low battery, so hold on a second. Hopefully we can finish this, because this is the third take here. There's been a lot of noise around. I'm outside at the retreat center here. So since we don't have a lot of time, let's just take a moment to sit and just come into our body and feel your feet on the floor. And let's just take a moment to be here, to really be here. What's present right now? When I talk about the war, when I talk about the Ukraine, when I talk about Russia, war in general, what's happening in your body? Let's just take a nice breath together and just notice your feet on the floor, and breathing. And there may be some noises here, just, stay tuned into your body and let your eyes go closed. And let's just come into our breath and feel ourselves just kind of down regulate. Just feel the earth under your feet, the sense of being grounded. And beginning to notice what's happening in my body. Is there pain? Where? Is there flow? Energy moving? Maybe in your hands or your feet? Is there numbness? They're just exploring the inner body. And yet, we're also bringing in our experience of the outer world. So there's a war going on. How does that affect my being in my body? How much attunement do I have with my own physical nature? And so we just feel that. And we look and see, oh, there's tension there. I feel tension in my body. And just bring some breath to that. Or maybe you notice numbness. Numbness is never nothing. Numbness is a place where we're holding something, frozen past. So to really be aware of the numbness of the body, to honor it, to acknowledge it. Oh, I feel numb in my heart and chest, in my solar plexus, my back. And we feel the tension in our body. Perhaps the temperature. I'm sitting here. It looks very sunny and bright, but it's very cold right here. And maybe it's warm where you are. Just notice the temperature and the impact that has on you. And then what's aware of that? Just notice. Where's awareness? When I look at my body, is there flow? Is there energy moving? Are there places where the energy's not moving? And I'm just letting myself be with that. And I notice, oh, I'm having emotions around this situation. I'm feeling anger, I'm feeling sadness, I'm feeling grief, or shame, or guilt. Whatever emotion you're feeling, just see if you can feel that scent of the emotion. Where does it land in your body? When you think of all the people trying to get out of Ukraine, when you think of the war machine and the invasion, when you think of the people of Russia, what do you think? Tens of thousands of people are also leaving Russia. There's a huge brain drain in Russia. Do you have compassion for them too? What are the emotions that come up? Because we want to be with those emotions. We want to be with the thoughts that we're having, the feelings that we have. And here's the trick, that whatever it is that's coming up in you, that's pushing things away, that's dissociating, that are anger, or the anger, the emotions, grief, by being with those, we actually help to heal the fabric of humanity. We become a social witness. So when we think of the war and we see the pictures, the best thing we can do is be with it and do our own inner work. And by doing that inner work and by allowing the light to move through us, the compassion to move through us, compassion towards our own wounding, our own traumas, our familial and ancestral trauma, the more we can feel, the more we're affecting the social fabric of humanity itself. This is the way that we will have an evolutionary jump in what it means to be human. By each one of us attending to the inner war. You know the stories of the two wolves. And grandfather says to the native children, there's two wolves inside you. One is angry and wants to fight and is separate. And the other is kind and compassionate and understanding. And the young native says, which one will win, grandfather? Which one will win? That depends on us. That depends on us doing the inner work to heal our own darkness, to heal our own shadow. That is the greatest thing that we can do to heal the planet. So just breathe into that. And let's take a moment of silence together. Feeling my breath, my body, my emotions. Not grasping onto anything. Letting the thoughts come and go. And just being in the stillness. And imagine not only that stillness pervading you, but pervading the entire planet, particularly the areas where there's war going on. Bringing our love and our light and our presence to war. That's what will make war obsolete. Imagine a world without war. I think John Lennon said that. It's just as true now as it was then. So bringing ourselves to this still place. Feeling the immensity of our own presence as it spreads out and connects with all of us on this call. And seeps out around the planet. Imagine hundreds of thousands of other people sitting with us, being peace. That's how we end war, is by being peace. Not by being against war, but by being for peace, being peace itself. Wherever we're not peaceful, there's a war going on.
If we can maintain that silence for a few more minutes without the background noise and just taking a moment to just be in silence. And slowly going back to your senses and maybe moving your hands and your feet, slow movements here and there. Opening your eyes and getting present to the space. And I know the video and audio wasn't really good. Thanks so much for sticking around. It's interesting, right? To being with what it is as it is. And there's so much noise, and sometimes we couldn't hear him, and he was uncomfortable, and all these sensations. Why am I here if I cannot really hear his voice, and all these thoughts? And but thank you for being here.